So you did everything right. You climbed the ladder, got the fancy title, and checked all the boxes of what is called success. But when someone asks, "So who are you?" you answer with your job title. Maybe you even pause after that, realizing there's not much else to say. You feel less like a person and more like a walking, talking career. If that stings a little, this isn't just a video, it's your roadmap back to you. Because somewhere between all the hustle and the deadlines, a lot of us start to disappear into our work. And the price we pay for that is way higher than you think. Section 1, the problem we don't talk about. From the time we're kids, we're asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? As if the answer could only ever be a single job title. That one question pretty much sets the stage for our careers to become the central pillar of our identity. There's actually a term for this, career enmeshment. Think of your identity like a plant. When it's healthy, its roots spread wide. But with enmeshment, the plant becomes root-bound to the pot of your career. The line between your personal self and your professional role gets so blurry, it practically vanishes. You stop seeing yourself as Frank, the dad, the friend, the terrible but enthusiastic golfer, and you just become Frank, the physician. Your value gets tangled up in your productivity, and your self-worth is measured in promotions and performance reviews. And this isn't just a feeling. For many, it's reality. One Pew Research Center survey found that about 39% of U.S. workers say they get a sense of identity from their job. But here's the kicker. While so many of us are defining ourselves by our jobs, most of us aren't even enjoying them. Gallup's 2023-2024 reports found that only around 23% of employees worldwide feel engaged at work. A whopping 59% quiet quitting, doing the absolute bare minimum to get by. This creates a massive disconnect. It's like chaining your ship to an anchor that isn't even touching the seabed. You're tied to something that offers no stability, leaving you exhausted and feeling completely worthless. This isn't just burnout. It's a deep misalignment of your values, a feeling that you're just a cog in a machine with no real purpose. And when your whole identity is built on the fragile foundation of a job title, you become incredibly vulnerable. Because careers aren't stable. Companies restructure, industries get disrupted by AI, and eventually, we all face retirement. If your job is who you are, what happens when the job is gone? It can trigger a full-blown existential crisis, leaving you feeling lost, purposeless, and questioning everything. Section 2, the real cost of a job-centric identity. Losing yourself to work isn't some noble sacrifice for success. It's a slow, quiet erosion of your well-being. When your self-esteem is tied exclusively to professional wins, it's like building your entire house on a single pillar. A small crack in that pillar, a missed deadline, a critical comment, can feel like a devastating personal failure that threatens to bring the whole structure down. This emotional roller coaster is a fast track to chronic stress, anxiety, and depression. Your relationships suffer too. When work eats up all your time and energy, there's nothing left for your friends, family, or partner. You might look around and realize the only people you talk to are the ones you also see on work calls, which only blurs the lines further. This isolation just makes the loneliness and alienation worse. You also lose touch with your authentic self. Remember hobbies? Those things you did just for fun? They get pushed aside because they aren't productive. You might have even forgotten what you enjoy doing outside of work. You stop being a person with diverse interests and become a one-dimensional worker. And maybe the most dangerous part, you develop an incredibly narrow definition of success. Life becomes a checklist of external achievements, the next promotion, the bigger salary, the more prestigious title. You stop asking if you're happy and only ask if you're succeeding by someone else's standards. That's how you build a life that looks impressive on the outside, but feels completely hollow on the inside. So if you're nodding along and feeling that hollowness, I want you to know you're not alone. And more importantly, you are not stuck. If you're ready to build a life that feels as good on the inside as it might look on the outside, hit that subscribe button. We talk about this stuff all the time, how to build a real, meaningful life beyond the 9 to 5. And drop a comment below. What's one thing you used to love doing before work took over? Section 3. How to reclaim your identity. A 5-step guide. Reclaiming your identity doesn't mean you have to quit your job and move to a cabin in the woods. Phew. It's about expanding your definition of you so your career becomes a part of your life, not the whole thing. Here's how you can start. Step 1. Audit your life and reclaim your time. Before you can build a new identity, you have to see where your current one is hiding. For 1 week, be a detective in your own life. Track not just your hours, but your energy. When do you feel drained? When do you feel energized? Notice how much mental real estate work is occupying, even when you're off the clock. Then start setting firm boundaries. Define your work hours and actually stick to them. Turn off those notifications. Use all your vacation days. Getting comfortable with the word no creates the space you need for everything else. Step 2. Redefine success on your own terms. Success doesn't have to be a C-suite title or a 6-figure salary. It's time to write your own definition. Grab a journal and get honest. What truly matters to you? What makes you feel alive? Is it creativity, community, adventure? Write down what a successful life looks like based on your values, not your job description. This recalibrates your internal compass, moving it away from external validation and toward what actually fulfills you. Step 3. Rediscover your hobbies for fun. Think back to what you loved doing before your career became the main event. Was it painting, hiking, playing an instrument, or writing stories? Make a list and schedule time for these things like they're important appointments, because they are. Reconnect with those dormant parts of yourself. And here's a critical rule. Treat it like a playground, not a factory. Do not try to monetize it. The goal isn't a new side hustle. It's to do something purely for the joy of it. To remind yourself that your value isn't tied to your output. Step 4. Build your identity portfolio. Think of your identity like a financial portfolio. A smart investor never puts all their money into one volatile stock. They diversify to protect themselves. You need to do the same with your identity. Don't put all your self-worth eggs in the work basket. Actively cultivate the other roles you play. You're not just a worker, you're a friend, a sibling, a neighbor, an artist, a mentor, a student. Invest in your relationships. Schedule time with people who know you as a person, not just a professional title. Volunteer for a cause you believe in. Each of these roles adds another layer to who you are, making you more resilient and whole. Step 5. Practice a new introduction. This last step is a powerful mental hack. The next time you're in a social setting, challenge yourself to introduce yourself without mentioning your job. When someone asks, "What do you do?" reframe your answer. Instead of, "I'm a marketing director," try something like, "I work in marketing, but I've been getting really into rock climbing lately." Or, "I help brands tell their stories, and in my free time, I'm trying to perfect a sourdough recipe." Better yet, ask others questions that invite a fuller answer, like, "What's been exciting you lately?" This tiny shift helps everyone see beyond the job title. The vision for your future. Imagine a life where a setback at work is just that, a setback at work, not a crisis of your entire being. Imagine your sense of self is like a bridge held up by many strong pillars. Your job is one, but so are your hobbies, your relationships, and your values. If one pillar gets shaky, the bridge doesn't collapse. You remain standing. This isn't a fantasy. It's the result of intentionally building an identity that's broader and more resilient than any single job. Your career can be a source of meaning, but it should never be the only source. You are not your job title. You are a whole, complex, and valuable person, and you deserve a life that reflects all of who you are. The journey back to yourself starts with a single step. Maybe it's scheduling 30 minutes this week to do something just for fun. Maybe it's calling a friend you haven't talked to in a while. Whatever it is, take that step. You owe it to yourself. Thanks for hanging out with me. If this video hit home, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear this. And don't forget to subscribe for more conversations about living a more intentional and fulfilling life. I'll see you in the next one. Every day is a bonus. Charles Odia.